What's going on, squad? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money Online Trader Podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, I'm joined by my clients for 10K Mastermind Pod Chats. Now, before we get into today's 10K Mastermind Pod Chats, I just wanted to give a little bit of love to one of my clients. His name's Ben. I recently found out that Ben passed away. This was definitely harder news to hear based on the fact that Ben has been in the program with us for, 4+ years. He's come to every single event, overcame a lot of adversity in his life. This was a guy that was into some dark stuff. He got shot a couple times. He, struggled with addiction. He had a stroke, multiple strokes, ended up turning his life around. And then he was taken from us too soon. This was last week. So Ben, love you, brother. Just wanted to give a shout out and some appreciation to somebody that's been in the community for a long time and that meant a lot to us at PT Domination. So sending lots of love to Ben and his family. That being said, guys, welcome to Pod Chats. Let's dive in. Let's have a good time today. Hope everyone's having a great day. And we're going to start with Marilyn Molina. Marilyn, tell me some wins.
Hi, I've signed 7 clients so far. I'm excited. My goal is to do 10 this month. So I got 3 more to go for that. I just have a quick question for you. So for my tagline on my IG, I think it's pretty simple. So I wanted to just kind of run it through you. And it's I help busy women lose weight working out 3 times a week. What are your thoughts on that? Majority of the people that I help, 90% are moms. But
Love it. It's simple.
that's why, because I had something else and I just thought it was like too much. And when I say, because a lot of my clients do get results if they work out 3 times a week and they follow their nutrition plan 80% or more. So I found that when I say 3 times a week, like in their mind is like, oh, I can make that work. Because a lot of the things that they say to me, it's like, I don't have time. But I know you have time to work out 3 times a week. Anybody can do that.
Yep.
So, okay, that's all I had. I just wanted to confirm before I told the person that's helping me with that.
Cool.
With the graphics.
That's easy.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Marilyn. Good to see you. Congratulations
Good to
on
see
signing
you.
7 clients.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Coach Dana. What's up, Coach Dana?
It's going. Just finished unpacking after a move and just kind of like settling back into routine and kind of dealing with some things that were unexpected. I was in the middle of switching apps with my clients and there was a delay that was totally unexpected. So I kind of had to roll with that and push it to next month because I didn't want to rush it once it was done and make it like a haphazard switch over for them. So I'm proud of that switch. It took me a little bit to kind of revise my action plan because I was fully like prepared to switch them over and then just like that happened. But the main thing that I'm dealing with right now is I'm focusing on just kind of maintaining my current client load as much as I like want to grow because I'm around 40, 45. I don't want to like grow a lot and then move into the new app. So I'm just trying to like kind of maintain things right now. But I'm learning a few new systems. So I signed up for a check-in system to make my check-in process better. And I'm really excited about it. And then it also came with something I was already planning on participating in, which was it's a CRM system. And I'm trying to learn these things. But at the same time, I feel like when I get in there, I have task paralysis where I'm like, I'm trying to learn how to apply everything, but it feels like, okay, what step is the first thing to work on? And then I get to this point where it's like, what am I learning first? And if I don't know what I'm learning first, I start to get distracted. Mm-hmm. And so I have this whole system where it's like showing me how to set up workflows. It's kind of like it integrates something kind of like ManyChat. And it's unlike anything I've ever used. And it feels really overwhelming.
What is it?
AR funnel.
Okay. Did you pay for the service?
So last month I signed up for Check-ins Pro, which is an AI system they use for categorizing, recalling your check-ins, learning your coaching style. Because for me, when I have clients with their check-ins, I want to be able to look back at like what their previous check-ins were like. But with what I do right now, it was very time consuming. So it cuts down a lot of time and makes my check-in process more optimal. So I'm working on setting that up. And it came with a free month of AR funnel, which I was already considering because I've talked to a few people who use it. And, I wanted something that kind of kept things all in one place instead of going between ManyChat, spreadsheets, Calendly, all this kind of stuff. Like it helps kind of keep things together. So I'm trying to learn how to use it, but I'm kind of like, again, like I mentioned, I reached that task paralysis where I'm like, what do I do first? They're helping me, but it's also, I'm trying to like learn all the things inside of it. And it feels like a lot.
Yeah. So I'm going to be blunt because I don't know how to do anything else but be blunt. I do not fuck with CRMs. I don't. Because of that exact reason. Like I'm a very creative person. And as a very creative person, like when I get bogged down into the menial, like day to day of CRMs, I go click, click, bang. Like I'm like, no, thank you. So two things. One, do you actually need it at this point in your business is the first question I want to ask you. Like, because I had a client who came to me, his name is Zach Smith, and he was like doing $30,000 a month. And he came to me and he's like, yo, B, like, I want to hire you so that you can teach me how to build out a CRM because I'm stuck at 30K and I want to get to 100K. And I was like, you can hire me, but I was like, I'm not going to teach you how to build a CRM because it's completely useless when it comes to getting to 100K. Like it's not going to move the needle for your business. You know, it might help with organization for sure.
Which is the main reason why I signed up for it, is because if I have things more in one place and I feel less scattered, because that's something that I notice is like the more often I have to change different like websites that I'm using, there's more friction for me. And then I start to become less consistent at updating certain things. So I figure if everything's more in one place, then it's going to be a little bit easier. But it's more so just, you know, I get that paralysis and it's very difficult to toggle between learning this and then going back to like, okay, now I'm serving my clients and doing this because it's something that I'm trying to set up. And I'm just worried about like, you know, kind of losing.
I have two problems. Okay. I'm going to tell you what my two problems are. Problem number one is you're already changing systems with your like clients from one app to another. Okay. That's a big fucking overhaul. Like changing from one platform to another is a big overhaul. So that's already a big overhaul you're doing to your business. Then you're going to do an overhaul to the fucking systems part of the business too. It's like, why are we changing so fucking much? You know, like why are we doing everything all at once?
Well, I'll be like I mentioned, I'll be honest. The thing was, it was really just me studying for that check-in system first. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do that and the app. And then later on look into the other thing. Cause I was already looking into it. Yeah. But they gave a month. And like,
I know. Sometimes you got to say no, you know? So like the check-in stuff makes sense. You know, if you're going to do the check-in stuff, that makes sense. You want to make your check-ins more organized. But like, in my opinion, you are getting distracted from needle movers in your business, in my opinion. Now, you could say, fuck you, Brian, I want to set it up anyways. If you do want to say, fuck you, Brian, I want to set it up anyways, I personally would not use my own time to set it up. I would pay somebody to do it for me. And you could pay somebody to do it for you by going to onlinejobs.ph and posting that you're looking for somebody to help you with a Go high level build out. And you're willing to invest $500 for somebody to help you build out your Go high level workflows. You want nothing to do with it whatsoever. You know what you want done, but you don't want to do any of the work. And you're looking for somebody that's going to come in and do all of the workflows for you with the Go high level system. That's what I would do if I did not want to do it, but I wanted it to get done. I would not spend my time and energy on it because for $500 for 1 month, you know, that's like $4 to $5 to $6 an hour you're going to pay somebody. Like you made $20,000 last month, Dana, you know? So if you think about, so this is the way that I see it. Okay. The reason I would not spend your time on it specifically is because let's say you work 40 hours a week. So $20,000 divided by 160. So your time, Dana, is worth $125 an hour. So if you spend 4 hours today trying to figure out your Go high level and you're like, it's like frustrating you and it's pissing you off. That's $500 you could be making doing something else. And you're not making that money because you're in the back end just all pissed off and frustrated, which I understand because I hate Go high level too. And I hate CRMs. It annoys the hell out of me.
So I see in the comments, someone says, I love DHL.
You guys that love DHL, you're on crack. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. You guys are crack addicts. We have different personalities. No, I'm just joking. If you like GHL and you like data, I respect it. I personally don't. So I would spend that $500 on somebody else to do it for me. I would tell them what to do and they would go do it. So again, in my personal opinion, I don't think you should be doing it because, you know, that's my opinion. But if you're like, Brian, I'm doing this, I don't care what you say, then I would get somebody else to do it for you.
Okay, got it. I will consider looking for somebody else. I'll just focus on getting the check-in system set up and just keep that as a low priority. Maybe if I just have fuck around time, I'll do it, but I'll make sure that I'm not fighting myself over it.
Here's why. So anytime you change a system, and this is something that I learned from watching an Alex Hormozi video, and I was like, oh, that's actually really good. And I take this into consideration when I'm making decisions on whether or not I'm going to change systems. Anytime you change a system, it's going to be like, you're going to lose about 20% efficiency in your business because changing systems takes time. You know, so unless there's a significant upside that's higher than 20% that you're going to lose out by changing systems, it's like, it's not worth it. So if you fully committed to like going all in on this like GHL thing and you spent the next 2 to 3 weeks doing it, yeah, okay, we might have everything organized in GHL, but then your business there will be a decline in your business because you're not going to be able to focus on other activities that generate revenue. So I highly consider that when I'm considering changing systems, which is why it actually took us so long to build out the PT Domination app to a point where we're actually ready to release it to you guys soon. where you guys are going to get access to the
I
features
heard
we
about
have.
that. I'm super excited for it.
It took us so long though, because like it just wasn't worth the inefficiencies to me anymore. But then Facebook started marking your guys' posts as spam and stuff. And then clients were having a hard time posting in the Facebook group. So I was like, okay, we need to change systems. But yeah, it's like, it does mess with the efficiency of your business. So you're already doing one thing, Dana, that will mess with the efficiency of your business, which again, I think is a good move to change platforms and have your own thing. That's a good move. That's worth the upside. So it's like, I don't know if I would make 2 of those moves in the same month, you know? Yeah.
Well, I kind of figured since I pushed that to February to kind of like do it right, that I had a little bit more wiggle room because I didn't want to scale much more this month just because I don't want to have a lot more people to switch over. And like, I very consistently, like 10K has been my absolute minimum for the past year. So I'm very confident. I'm already 8 for the month. So I'm not worried about, like dropping. I'm pretty good at maintaining through the chaos, as we know from like last year. So that's why I kind of thought, okay, I have a little bit more wiggle room, but then I'm worried about overspending that wiggle room.
Yeah. I would use your money to solve your problems if you're going to do it.
Okay. All right. That's a good answer.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Good to see you. Call the cops. Somebody call the cops. Kayla's here.
Hello. All right. So my question. So
You got to tell me a win.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I guess I boosted a post this week and I've gotten like over 50 followers. So that was good.
We love that.
I only have 2 clients this month, new clients, but I have a call Friday. So anyways, let's see. So I joined back in November, right when Black Friday and everything started. I did the 4-day challenge. So that's like the last challenge I've done. I've never done like a 6-week challenge or anything. And I'm wondering if coming up soon would be a good time to do so, because I kind of was thinking just like in a creative way. I love Valentine's Day is my birthday and I work with females and
that's cool.
That Galentine's Day maybe challenge.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I could maybe start marketing it like towards maybe like January 26th, I would have 2 weeks to market it and fill it and then maybe start it like the week of Valentine's Day, like February 9th.
Cool. I love that idea. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, I love that idea.
A good amount of time to fill it.
2 weeks is a good amount of time to fill it. That also gives you enough time to now focus on high ticket until the end of the month.
Yeah.
I'm curious because you said you've only signed up 2 new clients this month. Is it like a lack of lead volume or like what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
So now that I boosted the post, I've been messaging a lot more people. But and I'm nervous about the one I just signed because she just messaged me that she has to get gallbladder surgery and all this stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's your income at for the month?
I think it's around 3,100.
Okay, 3,100. So in terms of you're boosting a post, you're getting 50 new followers a day. You've started a conversation with all those people. I would say it's probably going to take an average of 100 to get a call when you're first getting started. So just keep that in mind. So like if you want to book 1 call a day, it would be like 100 followers a day would be the goal you want to get to. Not right now, but I just want you to think about that and like slowly but surely like get yourself to a place where you're like, okay, this is actually working. The leads that are coming in, are they quality?
Yeah. Every time I get an application, at least I usually sign them. So the one on Friday was an application. So, the one I just signed is my best friend this month. And then the other one just saw me on Facebook. She was a great lead. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, from the boosted post specifically.
Oh, I don't know because, and I don't know, maybe you need to teach me about this, but like, I haven't really had many conversations with anyone yet. So I guess I don't know.
So you're starting a conversation with every single one?
Yeah. I mean, unless I'm having like a couple of leads are coming in, and I don't know if I should be doing this, but I feel like some of them they look really fit already. They're runners. And because I'm like training for a marathon, I'm like, maybe they're following me because of that motivation, but I don't really post much about that. So
yeah, but I'm assuming they're coming in from the boosted post though, right? Unless as you're following growing so if they're coming in from the boost, but maybe not. I would start a conversation with all of them. And I would get ManyChat to start the conversation with all of them because then the conversation started and all you have to do is go into the conversation and reply, So the ManyChat new follower automation, Kayla, I would just set it up to like, I'll show you exactly what it should look like because it's a little bit confusing.
I've set it up before. So
do you set it up with the opening DM or do you turn that off? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I'll show you. So say hi to new followers. You're going to go in, you're going to go to edit. When you go to set up the ManyChat automation, this will automatically be turned on. Turn it off. Okay. So that's what I mean by this. So turn that off. And then you're just going to say, hey, thanks for the follow. So for me, are you currently fitness coaching or just enjoying the content? For you, it'd say, hey girl, thanks for the follow with like whatever emoji you use. Are you currently on a fitness journey right now or just enjoying the content?
All right, perfect. That's basically what I say. So I will just do that.
Yeah, because then it's automated. Then we can focus on getting more qualified leads into the calendar on a regular basis. Because now that we're boosting posts, that's like the first step, Kayla.
Yeah.
And then the next step is figuring out how to get the people that are coming in from those boosted posts onto the sales calendar. So we'll be able to determine if these leads are quality based on whether or not you're able to book a call. Because are you boosting it for like $10 a day, $20 a day? What is it?
I did 20.
Okay, $20 a day. So is it like under $1 per follower?
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's under $1 per follower, let's give it 5 days. You should be able to book at least one sales call from that. And if you are able to book one sales call from that and we're able to close that girl, then, that is an indication that this is a good campaign. And then we can, if you spend, $100 and you make back 700, then it's like, okay, let's spend a little bit more money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how we're going to work. Cause I want Valentine's Day thing is a good idea. And I also want to solve the main problem, which is like, let's get a consistent flow of leads in.
Got it. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. I'm almost one last thing. I guess I feel like I'm just a little bit nervous because I've been trying to increase my client retention, be more engaged with my community. And I feel like if I do the challenge, all my energy is going to be poured into that, which I don't want. I want my clients to get that because I
Okay.
don't really do much group stuff with my clients right now, like
Okay.
calls.
Okay. So that's a good conversation. So what you're saying is you like the energy that you're about to pour into this challenge, you'd prefer to pour it into your current clients. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you don't have to do a 6-week challenge. Like you could do a Galentine's. I love the Galentine's Day idea. I think it's brilliant. But you could do a 4-day challenge for Valentine's Day into Valentine's Day week. And then the Valentine's Day like promo is that like, treat yourself,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
take care of yourself. Like that's a Valentine's Day promo. And then you launch like a flash sale on Valentine's Day that you give access to for the 4-day challengers. And it's also your birthday. So it could be a birthday flash sale. It could be a Valentine's Day flash sale, whatever.
Okay.
But I think it's a brilliant idea. Like the Valentine's Day challenge, I think is really cool.
Okay.
So yeah, you could do a 4-day challenge and then sell into your high ticket. And then all the energy that you were going to pour into your 6-week challengers, you could just pour into your group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Love that idea.
Thank you.
Cool. Anything else I can do for you?
Should be it for now. Yeah.
All right. Call the cops. Let's say 10K.
See ya.
Yeah. I don't know why I like saying that so much, but I do. I'm just going to say every time I mention your name, call the cops. All right. Lucy, what's up? Hello, Lucy.
Hello. How's it going today?
Fantastic. How are you?
Well, we just got off a sales call with an inbound, which tends to be all of what comes my way is inbound, and I suck at outbound. But that's okay, because we're going to get better at it. But random person she has no referrals from my clients, which I was expecting she would, because she's from like an area that I was doing a lot of in-person training. Just saw a post from Facebook and reached out to me on one of my like CTAs.
We love that.
My issue is me because my calls take anywhere from typically an hour to an hour and a half when I get on a sales call. And the women that I take into my community, like typically when I'm getting on the sales call, they're giving me like a whole like life story and all the fun stuff. And I truly feel like me allowing them that space to like chat and talk about their life is what helps them like trust, know, and like me and invites them into my program. However, like today this call I got on hit the hour mark and then she had to go to another thing. And so I didn't even get to pitching my program. Like the moment I got to like talking about the program, she's like, I literally gotta go. Let's reschedule another call. Like she's very interested in my program. She wants to work with me, but I am having a really hard time getting these sales calls to half an hour. Like it's, I am the problem here.
Yeah, got it. Got it. So normal, because I know you're a very empathetic coach. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that when these prospects are on sales calls and they're opening up to you, you're likely relating with them and you're sharing a personal story and you're like letting them know that they're not alone and something you struggled with in the past. And so like normal. Okay. I get it. But also like the mindset that I try to get into, because like I want to just help you shift your mindset around this so that you have so you're able to take and actually take action on it. The mindset that you have around it is you want to give them the space to be able to open up so that they can trust you and come into your program, which is that mindset makes sense. However, I think that can be damaging if the calls go longer than an hour, because what if the prospect doesn't have an hour and a half to talk to you? What if they want the call to be shorter, but the call ends up being longer because we're trying to over explain? So I think that we could actually be taking value away from our prospects by not condensing the call into an hour timeframe, ideally 45 minutes, to be honest with you.
I agree.
We could be taking value from them instead of giving them value. So I want you to have that mindset so that to give you permission that it's actually okay to keep your call shorter. In regards to because there's obviously, if prospects are opening up to you and you're an emotional person, if you're emotional on your social media, then your prospects are going to come in and they're going to have that, they're going to have that emotion with you because you're emotional on social media, which is fine.
Yeah.
I think that you need to be cognizant of how much you're talking versus how much you're listening. Because
I think it's not the talking, because like I just sold a client the other day and she talked for like 90% of the call of just like, here's my life, here's my
Yep.
trauma, here's my
Yep.
divorce, here's all, and I just sit
Yep.
there and I'm like, yep. And they just keep talking. Like I feel like I hardly even have a chance to talk because they're
So
just like,
that's-
here's my trauma. I'm like,
that's
okay.
so that's good. That's a good piece of advice. So that
Yeah.
helps me. So then when I have prospects that are like that we call
Yeah.
them ramblers. Okay. So
I
when I
knew
have
I need to set a
prospects,
boundary. I was like,
Yeah.
I know I need to shut them fuck
it's
up.
not
but I'm
it's not
also
a
like,
boundary. So there's two things that'll be incredibly helpful for you. Okay. So two
Okay.
things. Now,
Okay.
thing number one is if a prospect is rambling and they're giving you a bunch of valuable information, I don't stop them,
Yeah.
So if a
Yeah.
prospect's like, I've been struggling for the last 5 years. I've tried every diet in the past. Nothing has worked for me. I've done keto, I've done intermittent fasting, I've done all this stuff. If they're giving me all the right information that I need, I'm going to let them ramble, However, if a prospect is rambling and they start going off on a tangent, I'll give you an example. Yeah, so I tried keto, intermittent fasting, and my mom, when growing up, like I grew up in actually South Africa, California. And when I was in South Africa, California, we had a dog named Sarah, and my dog was actually allergic to nuts. And so because we didn't have nuts in the house, and so as a result, I'm like, okay, pause for a second. Sorry, 1 second, Lucy. You mentioned earlier on that you struggle with keto. Can you be a little bit more specific with what you mean by that? So the way that
Yeah.
I'll interrupt prospects, I'm like, whoa, Lucy, 1 second. You mentioned there for a second that you were talking about. So this is how I'll interrupt prospect. Whoa, Lucy, you mentioned something that I just wanted to hone in on for a second. So you just prep, like you literally kind of like stop them in their track. So we call it like, if the train's moving in the right direction, we just want to let the train go. But if the train's moving in a different direction, we want we want to re-rail the train. So that's what we do, okay? Is we re-rail the train. So that's one thing. The second thing is you need to be very specific about the questions that you ask. Because if you're on a call with a prospect that's a rambler, right? And let's say you're in the pain point part of the phone script and you're asking them about their pain points and you ask them what they're struggling with. And then they're like, and they tell you everything. And then you're like, okay, that makes sense. How long have you been struggling with it? Yeah. You're like, okay, that makes sense. And like, what have you tried that? You have to be very careful about the questions that you ask, So if a prospect rambles about the pain and they give you everything that they need, then you just summarize. Okay. So I just want to make sure I understand you clearly, Lucy. You mentioned that you've been struggling for the last 3 years. You've tried keto and intermittent fasting. You've tried all these different diets and nothing's worked. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Let's move on to the goal section. Does that make sense? So it's like, you might not ask every question in the script if a prospect is a rambler. You might skip past questions because
I skipped so many.
Yeah, because you know that if you go on a tangent, like if you ask them a question, they're going to go on a tangent. So so here's the concept. It's learning how to politely interrupt your prospects. Whoa. So that's one. And then being very specific about the questions that you ask when you're talking to a rambler.
Yeah, I think it definitely gets into like I don't know if it's the women that I'm attracting to my program, but the moment that I like allow the floor to them to be like, I establish my expectations of the call, what the call is all about, blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, like just tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, are you married? Are you in a relationship? Do you have kids? Do you have pets? Blah blah blah. Like just to like get a basis as to like what their life looks like, and then it's just like it's a bomb of just like, here is my divorce, here's all my second children, like it's all of it.
But so like, maybe that's a good point. Maybe it's the question that you're asking. Because if you're like, tell me about yourself, what's your life story? And then they tell you their life story, tell me your life. You're like, tell me your life story. And then you're like, it's crazy that they tell me their life story. I know.
I want to know if they're married, if they're in a relationship, if they have kids. Like, I want to know like a baseline as to like who they are. And I find that opens up like more vulnerability into them sharing like what they're struggling with. But I also feel like many women don't have that opportunity to be like, here's who I am and here's where I'm at. And then it just becomes like this therapist session.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so in my opinion, I think you're inviting that the whole call. So you like set the frame as the authority. You're like, I'm the boss. By the way, tell me about your life story since we're here, So instead of doing that, What if we change the way that we ask the question,
Okay.
Lucy?
Yeah.
And we're
Yeah.
like, okay, so like, you know, I got all the notes in front of me, Lucy, but I'd love to know a little bit more about you. Like, how can I help you? What brought you to today's call?
Yeah.
How can I help you? What brought you to today's call? Instead of tell me your life story, I want to know about your divorces. You know, it's like you
that
gotta be,
helps me so much though,
Well-
like it's double-edged sword. I'm like, knowing about them helps me and knowing what I'm signing myself up for in terms of the client.
yeah.
And then also like I get this whole trauma dump. So I'm like,
I hear you. I hear you. I'm just
and
like,
like I might
yeah.
have lost today's sale because now she asked me to rebook for Friday. She's been super
Yeah.
eager. She wants to work with me, and I could have closed her in an hour. So now,
But
like,
I think you can learn
fuck.
about them in your coaching program. I don't think you should do that on the sales call. You know,
Ah,
like especially like she was eager. She would have paid you money.
Oh, she would have.
You could have been.
1,000%.
You
I
could have been
fucked up.
You could have been $2,000 richer.
I
right
know,
now.
Brian.
You know, like we could have been $2,000 richer and talking about how you just signed a client. So we gotta change. Try it out. Try it
Okay,
out because
yeah.
I know you got your process. Try it out for a week. You know, tell me a little bit about yourself, Lucy. What brought you to today's call? How can I help you? Try it out.
Okay, so less about the prospect.
Yes,
Bonus, I did sell a 6-month PIF this
That's
past
good.
week.
That's
so
we love that.
cute. But again, it was a trauma dump. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was the first half an hour was like, here's my life. I allowed her that. And then she's like, I love you. Here's my money. I'm like, okay.
Here's the problem though with that. Okay. The problem with that is that if you continue that pattern of behavior, what type of clients do you think are going to be in your program?
Dealt with it. I know.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
awful. I know.
I know. So like, that's
Okay.
why I'm saying you got to start like this starts at the sales call for sure. Like
Yeah.
if clients
Okay.
come into the sales call and you're like, my name's Lucy. I'm the boss. I'm here to help you with your fitness goals. How can I be of service? You know, they're
Yeah.
like, okay, Lucy's the boss. Sounds good. I'll follow
Yeah.
Lucy's lead.
I need to get better with that for sure.
right.
So I will revise the script.
Okay.
My next question is like, how do I get more cutthroat with my content to attract the type of client that I want in my program?
What do you mean?
I feel like I get a lot of really great feedback from my content from either potential clients or people that want like XYZ. Like I do get a lot of feedback as to like people tell me they love my content, they love watching my stuff, like that they'll watch every single one of my stories, they love following my story, blah 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 blah. But I feel like I'm really lacking in how I can provide value. Like I want people to save my videos, I want people to share my stuff. Like I want it to be more of like people come to my page for knowledge than just like inspiration and seeing me as just like this badass like van lifer and more of like, hey, like what can I do to become more like that? Like I want to like display more of an image of like you can create the life that you want versus like here's my life.
What do you think holds people back from getting the life that they want?
Showing up for themselves, right? Like I'll try to compare like when I came out here 3 years ago, I went ice climbing with a friend, and this was like we were talking about building this van just as a mere dream. And now 3 years later, I'm now living the life that I once manifested and dreamt of. And we go climb with a guide, and the guide was like, "You climb like a dude." And they're like, "I don't want to offend you, but like you're super strong and what XYZ." And to think about that moment of like 3 years ago, my guide didn't even trust me to be off belay, let alone like tell me like I'm a strong climber. And now to be in a position where I'm a strong climber and getting compliments and I'm living a life of like freedom, I want to be able to teach that to other people, where it's like whether that's living in I obviously like my objective isn't to teach people to live in a van, but it's to give themselves that confidence and freedom to be able to live the life that they desire and be able to do the things that they want to do, whether it's hiking, climbing, paddling, XYZ. I don't want their bodies to hold them back from living their dream life. And that's what I'm trying to persuade in my content without just being an influencer and actually delivering value as a coach, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you need to identify so like two things. One, your story is the thing that like starts that whole journey, you know?
Mhm.
Like if you look at my social media, like before I started doing like the mindset talks and mindset motivation, it was just teaching through my story and showing people where I was versus where I am right now. So like inspiration is the first part of that, you know? The question that you asked me though, that I want to answer for you is like, how can I be more cutthroat? It's less about being cutthroat and it's more about being true to your core values. Like I'm just very true to my core values. Very true. So like the stuff that I communicate on my social media are things that I've used to become successful. So like, I believe that speed to take action is a fucking massive thing. So I did a video on speed to take action. I believe that when the universe is giving you adversity, it's right before the big success comes your way. So I talk about that on my social media, you know? So it's like, it's less about being cutthroat and it's more about being true. So figure out, this is like an exercise for you. Just sit down, figure out what some of your core values are, some of the things that you believe to be true about success, and start sharing those things to be true. Another thing that you can do, and this is something that I do, is I note when things trigger me, you know, if something really pisses me off, because if something really pisses me off, that's an indication that it's clashing with my core values. And then I'll figure out what that thing is that really triggers me or pisses me off. And I'll have open conversations about that on my social media. So that's cutthroat. And that's not even cutthroat. That's just me staying true to like what I believe in my core.
I don't have an issue. Like, I'm very good at communicating my point of view or how I feel about things, or like connection based. I think I'm really struggling with value. Like, I don't feel like people can come to my page and be like, oh, I'm going to save this video. I'm going to share this video because it has so much value. And that's where I feel like I'm losing out on a bunch of potential leads, because I'm just not like, I'm very relatable. I'm not giving people what they need to leave my page and actually see results.
I disagree with that statement.
Okay.
Because like value is subjective.
Okay.
Like value is subjective.
Okay. So maybe
Like,
I'm struggling with the idea of what value means.
yeah, value is subjective. Like my definition of value is like, yeah, it's like something that somebody could use to completely transform their life. But like, so like, can people get results for free from consuming your content? If somebody watches a video that you post about the transformation that you went through and how you didn't believe in yourself and now you believe in yourself and you're living your dream, and that one video causes them to do something it's a little bit of a risk, but go after the thing that they want, of course that's valuable.
It's not connection.
So like but it's like, that can be incredibly valuable, you know?
I'm just like, when I'm looking at like, okay, like my goal for the day is post one connection post, one value post. When I talk about like my own story, I feel like it's only connection versus like value.
But you can also talk about your own story in a way that gives value. So like, as an example, you could be like, 6 years ago, I lived in a dumpster and now I live in a van. And these are the 3 things that I did to go from dumpster to van, you know? So like, you can, you know what I mean? It's like, you can make connection value. So it doesn't just have to just be connection. It doesn't just have to be value. It's like those things can intertwine. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, you can also make social proof value. Like you could post a social proof post that's like, my client Jai went from $0 a month to 10K a month in 6 months time. And these are the 6 things that I told Jai to focus on. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I'm having a hard time like relating client progress in content. Like I could do like a carousel of like, oh, here's my client, they were struggling with this, and I'm having a hard time combining both my content with a value piece with also.
Here's what to think about. You need to think about what's in it for the audience.
Okay.
So whenever you do a video, so this is how you make videos valuable. You need to think about what's in it for the audience. That includes connection. That includes value. That includes proof. If you start thinking through the lens of what's in it for the audience, you can end with a takeaway. So like, as an example, you're telling your story about how you went from dumpster to van. You didn't live in a dumpster. I just think it's funny that I said that.
Yeah,
So-
went from a 3-bedroom house to
There
a
we go,
van.
3-bedroom house to a van.
Is it
Anyways,
downgrade or not
yeah,
grade? I'm
Yeah,
confused.
whatever. It doesn't matter. But like what's in it for the audience. So like, you end the video with a takeaway. And like the lesson here is very simple. Chase your fucking dreams. Forget what everybody says about what is possible, what's not possible. You know? So like, every piece of content that you put out, ask yourself what's in it for the audience, and end the video with what's in it for the audience. Is that
And
helpful?
so like, if I'm leaving with a piece that's quote unquote inspirational, is that value to the audience?
It can be valuable to the audience if you give them something like to end off. Like, as an example, like never give up on yourself, chase your dreams.
Okay, so that's value enough. Like I'm not having to
Yes.
like give a like action plan. Because I think like that's where I'm struggling, is like I want to deliver value, and then I'm like, okay, but I didn't give them 3 exercises to follow today, then it's not valuable. Like I'm just like,
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
okay. I think I need to reevaluate what value and connection actually
Cool.
looks like. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome, Lucy. Have a good day. Good to see you. Cam Smith, what up?
Hi, my man.
Best day of my life, King. Tell me some wins.
Mate, good month so far. We're sitting at 27. So yeah, it's a good start. We'll see how we get on for the rest of the month.
Good start. Good start. $27,000, 14 days in. Good start.
Yeah, good start. Good start for the year. So, brother, we're at about 55 members now, and I've shared with the community that I want to get that to a group of like a brotherhood of 500 guys, and they're all really buying in. We're starting to get some good momentum. I had a chat to Paddy, and he said that he did his check-ins is a while back the same way I do them, which is similar to how you do these calls, right? So I have 2 calls for my guys a week. They all come on and we literally just do a 10-minute check-in per person. The issue I'm concerned about is I'm managing at the moment, but say even from 50 to 100 clients, right? Back of the envelope maths, that works out to be 16 hours, right? Do you know how Paddy managed that when he went up to that sort of client number? Like, let's just say you had 100 clients. Was it banking on 50 of them weren't going to get a check-in a week, or how does that work?
I have no fucking clue. I don't know how he does it.
Mad.
But
Right.
I have no idea. I wish I had the answer, but I don't. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I would message him on Instagram and just let him know, like, yo, I'm gonna be Mark's clients. I had a question, because I have no fucking clue. That's the first thing. Second thing is I'll teach you how to think about it though. So how to think about it is like you need to find a way to make the system scalable. That's how to think about it. So like right now you can do a 10-minute check-in per client because you have 50 clients. It's not a problem. But if you have 500 clients, that's a massive problem. So the system isn't scalable. So what's a way to make the system scalable? Like, is there like a way that we can make a post in the group where people comment with their check-in photos and whatever? And then on the call, you give people that want to come up and share an opportunity to share, but not everybody has to share. But then everybody can still collectively benefit from the group aspect. Like there's ways to make it scalable, you know? So
that's exactly what happens. Like they do get value, right? I put replays up as well, and a lot of them listen to it while they're doing their training so that they can get the value from the other boys. But so say in this call, right? Like if there were too many people and you've got a hard out after 2 hours, is that just tough shit? You didn't get on fast enough?
Yeah, but I set up the system so that that doesn't happen, you know? And we did start happening because I had an inefficient system and I didn't have like clear guidelines where like come to the call prepared, ask one question. Like it did start happening. So then I would create guidelines. But
right.
Yeah, like I don't set up the system in a way that is designed to fail. Like if I set up the system where I'm like, hey, come to pod chats and talk to me for 10 minutes at a time and I'm going to give you 10 minutes of my time, I'm fucked, you know? So like I set up the system in a way that's designed to scale. So
hypothetically, you got 34 people on here now. If they all put their hand up now and had one question, how do you manage it?
Fucking as many as I can in the 2-hour time frame.
Oh yeah, so you just put a boundary, and it's like, okay.
If I have a hard out, I have a hard out, and then if I needed to, I would send whoever didn't get their question answered a voice note.
Right. Okay. Because the last thing and this is my last question, was one of the ideas I've got is potentially adding a self-assessment tool, right? Red, yellow, green light, set up 5 questions, nutrition, tracking, training, steps, mindset, right? And then they give me that. So we've at least got that as a data point. And then if they don't turn up to the check-in call, it's like, well, you've identified you had a fucking problem. You didn't turn up to the check-in call. This is a you problem, not a me problem. So at least there's some sort of touch point there. Do you know how I would go about doing that? Because I can't do it in type form and make it look aesthetic. I looked into it yesterday. I kind of want it to be really simple, but quite engaging, just a tab. Like, so you got the question and then they just tick red, yellow, green. Next one, red, yellow, green. Any idea?
Yeah, I would say I don't have any systems outside of Typeform. It would probably be like a Go High level thing, but that's not really my area of expertise, so I can't really comment on that.
Right. Okay.
So I wish I could give you better answers, but I don't want to give you answers that suck. So
no, that's all good.
Yeah. So reach out to Paddy and ask Paddy how he does his scalable systems. I also will say that like this is like we're starting to get to a level where we need to be back in the $1 Million Mastermind, because these are $1 Million Mastermind questions. And I'm not giving you shit, by the way, but like if we were on a $1 Million Mastermind call, I could literally easily ask somebody to unmute and share what they do. You know what I mean?
Yep. I literally spoke to Jay about that last Friday, and she was like, I just want you to fix a few system things before you go back up. And I was like, okay, I'll take your lead. But sort of conceptually, I can't even sort of figure out what that looks like. Like, would most support coaches carry 100 clients?
I would say 60 to 80.
60 to
80. Yeah. So like you have to think about capacity per coach. And if you think about capacity per coach, what that basically means is like how many clients can most of you guys handle before you get overwhelmed? And the answer, like without jumping off a bridge, is around 60 to 80. Any more than 60 to 80 clients, you're going to be spending all day doing check-ins, all day doing meal plans, all day doing training plans, 5 days a week. So like that's usually what a support coach will cap out at. So I would say 60 to 80. So when you're thinking about scaling the business, like if you want to have 500 clients, like 60 to 80, it would be 500 divided by 60 to 80. And that's how many coaches you'll need to have to facilitate that at that level.
Because I was looking just at my time and I sort of figure long term, my days will be two things: content and those check-in calls.
Mhm.
And that would pretty much be the
Mhm.
two areas where I add the most amount of value.
I'm going to add one more thing to that. It's also leadership. Because when you've got
Yeah, management.
when
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because when you've got,
fair.
I don't even like using the word management. It's leadership. Because if you've got 500 clients and you've got people that are serving those clients, it's like being an effective leader for those people. It's training your team properly. It's spending time with your team, getting to know your team. Like that stuff's really important.
Yeah, so I would actually have to get them to be doing the check-in calls like this
Mhm.
themselves.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you still
Okay.
have to be involved in the business. Like obviously, like this is my business. I deeply care about it, but I also have coaches that come in and facilitate and help out. That's why Janelle's
Mhm.
here. That's why we
And
have
do you do
Alex,
that,
that's why we have
mate?
Samantha.
Have you guys taken the approach with PT Dom and 10K and stuff of them having specialties, or no, they can all do, a little bit of everything?
We hire a PT domination based on two things, skill set and work ethic. And so my definition of skill set is like every coach that's inside of the 10K mastermind that's leading you guys is making over $50,000 a month. That's extremely important because if you guys are going to be taking advice from anybody, like I don't want you guys to be taking advice from a donkey that's making 10K. So that's just a skill set thing. And then work ethic is like how hard are the coaches willing to work for the business? And every single coach in the 10K has proven that they're willing to go above and beyond to make sure that your guys' needs are met. So it's skill set and it's work ethic. Those are the two things that I hire for. In terms of like specific specialties, like I personally haven't taken the approach of specific specialties for this program. Getting your business to $50,000 a month, you're going to be well-versed in everything. Like you can't not be good at things to get to a certain level. In the $1 Million Mastermind, I do hire based on specific specialties, So Don Lamb is the king at Sell by Chat. He's very, very good at Sell by Chat. He's also very good at coaching coaches. So that's Don Lamb's specialty. Patty is very, very good at systems, go high level stuff, things like data tracking. I fucking don't like that. I've got a $1 Million Mastermind coach that's specifically very, very good at Facebook and Instagram ads because I know enough about it to be dangerous, but that's not my area of expertise. So yes, like we do hire based on skill sets in the $1 Million Mastermind, but in the 10K, it's like all of the coaches are making $50,000 a month plus, and they're incredibly hardworking.
So the equivalent for me, if I was to emulate that, would be basically a client previously, potentially, that I've had that's lost, say, 30 kilos. So they've done it. They've got the fucking runs on the board. And as a result, they know a bit about nutrition, bit about training, bit about this and that sort of stuff. Copy. Awesome. That helps heaps. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Have an awesome day.
Good to see you, Cam. Congratulations on 27K. Let's go.
DB.
Mr. Jai, what's up, brother?
Yo, how are you, man?
These are turning into productive conversations. I like this. It's a different pod chats.
Yeah,
Tell me some wins, bro.
They're getting intense.
Getting intense. We like it.
How are you, man? Going well? Look, just booked a couple of calls recently. Got a follow-up call today. So she seems pretty keen, which is good. But I have put the qualifying questions into my Calendly call booking link, which has been a game changer, just to kind of filter out the people that are booking these calls. And you go back into the DM and ask them questions about, if they don't have money to invest and whatnot. And on top of that, filtering, I had a reaction post that, I don't know, got 75,000 views, 1,500 likes. It's a trial reel. And a lot of the people coming in from that, obviously it's not specific, it's just a value post. But it kind of made me realize I have more intention. I want to get more specific with every piece of content that I post. And I found a couple of creators out there that are targeting males only. And I'm lean, I'm in shape. I train a lot of guys in the gym. I have for years. I've got a lot of male transformations. And I find a lot of my male clients want to lose that weight, gain muscle, and build a similar physique to what I've got. And I've always kind of thought I wouldn't mind targeting men. And the last week, it's just been on my mind. So I thought, you know what, let's just dive into it. Like, let's just target men if that's what I'm thinking. So I want to ask you, how much more specific can I get with this niche thing? I want to really make sure every piece of content is kind of speaking to that specific avatar. Now I've got men that want to lose weight, gain muscle without restrictive diets. I'm walking proof of what they can achieve as well. What are your thoughts there? Am I kind of going around in circles? Am I not thinking the right thing? just the last 7 days. I was everything was flowing, everything still is flowing, but I just want to fine tune that. It's been on my mind a little bit.
Mhm.
So I like the idea of keeping my page super simple, super simple. I've seen a few creators out there that are just targeting these guys, and I find that it's a big market, and
Mhm.
I want to kind of tap into that too. So what are your thoughts on what I'm thinking? And should I change my content? If I'm posting once a day, I've seen a lot of these creators posting the majority of gym content that are targeting males.
Mhm.
So do you think the majority of my value pieces should be more in the gym, less kitchen style? What are your thoughts there? My goal is to post once a day. I've been doing 5 times a week up until this call, but I'm trying to get to once a day, so 7 times a week.
Mhm.
Reckon one proof, male only transformations specific to my avatar, connection piece, obviously my own journey, and then 5 pieces of value. Do you reckon I should split that up into maybe 3 gym, 2 recipes, or do you reckon I should do the majority in the gym, less in the kitchen? What are your thoughts there? Am
Yeah,
I
so
going around in circles?
I
Am I going crazy?
no,
I
no,
don't know what
you're
I'm
not going.
thinking.
I think it's good to have a very, very clear avatar of who you want to speak to. I
I
just
want to
think that
feel good.
if you only ever speak to the avatar on your page and there's nothing that's like more awareness based or opinion based, the only downside of that without having any sort of awareness piece of content on your page is that it's just harder to grow your page. It's
Okay,
just
am
harder to
I
grow.
going crazy? Thinking like, should I
It's
just
no, it's
cut
like
back on
it's
numbers?
like it's not, you're not going crazy by thinking you want to target men. I think that's a good idea, but I think that some of the value pieces that you create should be universally relatable. Like if you're in the kitchen, you're talking about the best foods to eat to burn body fat, whatever. Obviously, we know that's not a thing. But if you're talking about the best, the best way to stay in a caloric deficit, or an easy, healthy breakfast idea, that would be relevant to your men. I also think it's a good idea to have it relevant to women. Because it's like, if you just make it general, so like you could have 3 pieces of your content that you're posting that are specifically for the males that are trying to burn body fat. So the language in your content's male, 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 blah, blah, blah. But I also
Yep.
think like having a couple pieces of value content that are more awareness based, where it's just like nutrition facts, because if you don't do that, it's harder to grow your page. But like, what's to say that there's a woman that follows your page that like loves your content, that sends it to her boyfriend, and then her boyfriend ends up signing up for your coaching program, So I think
Yeah.
that the goal should be to grow on social media and also speak directly to your avatar. So I don't think every single piece of content that you put on your page should be specific. I think you should have some awareness pieces of content, which is why you go to my social media. It's like, I'm a business coach for online personal trainers, but not every single video says, if you're a personal trainer that wants to grow your business, because it makes it very hard to grow your page.
Right. Do you reckon out of 7 posts a week, do you reckon if I do 3 in the gym, speaking to males only, and then maybe 2 in the kitchen, just keep them stock standard, just good value pieces?
Yep.
And what's
That's
that?
great.
That's 5. And then
That's
my proof post, just post my male transformations.
Correct.
You can obviously attract more males. And then connection, just obviously keep it simple and maybe do like you recommended, 50-50 split. 1 week, just speak to everyone. Another week, try and speak to the males' pain points.
Correct. I love that.
All right. And do you think me going from busy professionals dialing in to try and niching down, more specifically targeting men, do you reckon that's more of a specific niche? Do you reckon I'm kind of onto something here as well, being lean myself, in shape? I've got these male transformations.
Yep.
Do you reckon that's a good angle? Would you
Yep.
recommend I go for that?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool. I just want to make sure my mind was going a little bit crazy, and I kind of lost a little bit of momentum because I spent too much energy focusing on the avatar thing again. And I'm like, oh, fuck, my mind's derailed now. And I'm wasting time not posting content, thinking about my niche again. So I just want to kind of do this for one last final time, and then just kind of focus on the content thing and not be distracted. That's all.
Do that for the next 30 days and then pay attention to the result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, done. Cool. Thank you so much.
Good to see you, Jai.
Good to see you too, man.
Peace.
See you soon. Thank you.
Chase Williams, what's up?
Hello.
How are you? Walking pad in the bedroom. We're crushing it.
I know. I hate being in my bed. Like, it's my guest room, but it's the only place we have an extra office because I've got like 50 million kids. So everyone has to have their own room.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is a privacy thing. That's what this is.
Yeah, it's like no one's bothering me. So anyways, I I guess a win is I absolutely crushed the like little mini challenge y'all did in December on like posting.
Love that.
I was so proud of it. And then we went out of town and then all of my cadence like went blah, 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 blah. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I started off well in December. I know that by posting, I felt the momentum. And then for me personally, I guess my question, I have a 2-part question. Number one is I think it's more of maybe an emotional support today and maybe mindset, but it's like I'm ready to scale and ready to roll and ready to do all the things. And I feel I have a lot of things in place, but it's like sometimes the schedule, when it gets wacky, the momentum to stay consistent on the things that move the needle, they fall to the wayside. And then it's like it's hard to continue to get back on track. You know, and then it's like then the flow of like the leads and the conversations and all of those start to like minimize because I didn't have the space to create the quality of content. And then I also feel that like the weeks I've had great content and great leads, I had the space to do the research, to write the scripts, like, you know, that extra time that it takes from the front end. And when that's minimized, I don't want to just be throwing out content, just like a B-roll that didn't really mean anything. And I'm feeling like this weird confliction of like, I don't know if it's confliction, I don't even know what it is. It's like my messaging feels off. And then also my like schedule and cadence of like showing up in a good, consistent way. And like, it just makes me want to cry.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm listening. So when you say your schedule, I got you. Don't worry. When you say, and you're not getting hard, Brian, you're getting soft, Brian. When you say your schedule is, your cadence was thrown off, can you let me know what you mean by that?
Yeah. So as a reminder, we homeschool, I run the business, and then it's like, and I'm training for my first fitness competition.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of schedule stuff for sure. But it was like coming off of Christmas holiday. We traveled this year for like 14 days, which was not ideal. And I told my husband never again, I want to do that. So it's like coming off of that, the travel component, and then getting back into the rhythm with like, then it went from travel to now it's like, okay, back into homeschool routine, kids are back in activities. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like where's the time going? So I know it's calendar-ish, but I'm like really specific with my calendar. So I know it's not really that, but it's also like, I mean, I say that out loud. That's actually not true because it is a little bit of calendar, but it's also trying to make sure that what I'm freaking spending time on is the needle mover. And I know it's content, but I'm also feeling like some of these other things like fall off to the wayside
Like what?
that have to get done.
Like what?
Example, I got a client text me yesterday. She's like, hey, I don't have workouts in my program. I'm like, oh, motherfucker. Like, so that got missed. And it really was, she had her 12 weeks in there and I missed the last 4 weeks of the phase. Like, and I'm like, how the hell did I do that? So it's because I got distracted in doing the 12-week program, totally forgot that I even didn't finish it. You know what I mean? It's little things like that. And I think it's partly ADHD.
Yeah.
So
question, what is your planning? Like, how do you plan? Like, do you do any sort of planning for yourself? Like, what does that look like?
What are we planning? Because I do love planning and putting things down, but it's like,
So every Sunday, I'll tell you my process because I'm extremely busy as well. I'm like, I've got the baby now. I've got my wife that wants a lot more of my attention because we have a baby, which is completely valid. I've got multiple businesses I'm running. So every Sunday I'll sit down for like, I'll just wake up before everyone else wakes up and I'll sit down for like a couple hours and I'll just plan and just sit there with me and my laptop. And I'm like, okay, what needs to get done this week? And I just like, let it fucking flow and I let it come to me. And then I'm like, okay, I need to, what's the most important task for this week? Or what did I miss this week? Or like, and I just kind of like spend a couple hours by myself before anyone wakes up on a Sunday, planning. So do we have that process?
Yes. I am 4:30 a.m. almost every single day. Yeah. I'm up before everybody else, like doing the things I need to do, my Bible time, like all the stuff.
Love. So you say, so we have the planning. The next thing I'll look at is like, when you say the schedule, is there a time block that we can do things in certain times and certain days that we can do things before anybody else wakes up? Because I know that you've got kids, right? So like, when do the kids usually wake up?
7, 6:45 to 7. Yep.
So we basically have from 4:30 till 6:30 and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously you're going to spend a little bit of time by yourself and you want to get yourself set. How long is your morning routine?
I usually do about 30 minutes of Bible time, like my coffee, my Bible time, like about 30 minutes.
Okay. So we have an hour and a half to work, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hour and a half to work. Got it. So in that hour and a half, like what are we doing in that hour and a half?
Sometimes it's either looking at the actual day. So it's like kind of putting my day into place. Sometimes it's going through client stuff. Sometimes it's like finishing, like it's all over the place. You know what I mean? It's like I almost feel reactive and not necessarily proactive sometimes.
Okay, got it. So like that makes sense, because if you only have that amount of time, then I'm assuming once the kids are up, it's fucking chaos. And then
Yes and no. Like, I mean, they're a little bit older. So my youngest is 4, and then I've got
Okay.
between 10 and 4. So.
Okay. So here's what I would like you to do. Okay. This is the mantra is I do the most important task for the day in the morning before anything else, before I get into work. Because as soon as you get into work, like when you like, obviously work is reactive because there's things that happen throughout the day that you need to take care of. So like once you're in that mode, it's hard to be creative and actually get stuff done that needs to get done.
Yeah.
So what I'll do, Chase, is I predetermine what I'm going to work on before the day starts. So like Mondays are like content days, you know, as an example. Yes. So like Mondays, after we're done our morning, we're going to spend, 30 to 45 minutes scripting videos, researching scripting videos. Tuesdays, we're spending on a specific thing. So we predetermine what we're going to spend our time on, and we spend our time on those things. And then throughout the day, if we need to do reactive stuff, then we do reactive stuff. But let's create a most important task that needs to get done every day. And let's do that one thing every day. And let's start really small, because I think that what ends up happening is when you're getting reactive, you feel like you're not getting needle moving stuff done. So to stop that from happening, let's just decide what one needle mover for the day will be. And let's start doing that one thing every day. Let's keep it really simple and really small.
Yeah. So I try to be like, for me, it works best to like get that content out in the morning. Like I don't post on ideal times. Like I can't do any of that. Because I'm all over the place throughout the day. I'm early morning. Like I like to have my reel edited and ready to rock and roll and posted, or even a carousel. Like I like all that to be ready to roll. My thing is having blocks of time, because like content planning, like researching takes time, and then the scripting takes time, and then the videoing, like those are 3 buckets, and like having those buckets is where I'm struggling to get those in place at the front end of the week, so then I can then do editing in the mornings to get those things out. So it's almost like those bigger chunks.
It's hard because it's like sometimes your life just won't allow you to do that, But it's like, that's what I'm saying. That's not a bad thing though. That's not giving you shit. But if your life won't allow you to do that, we just need to find a different system, Okay. So it's like, it's not a bad thing. You're not a bad person. You got shit going on. You're a busy person. You're a mom with homeschooling. So like that system is not working for us right now, So we just need to find a different system, and we can do that. We can do that. We can do that. We can find a different system,
Yeah.
We can
because
find
it's like I'm trying to be like, execute those things, because it's like the lead flow. Like I know that I'm a great coach. Like all the people that come in, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Like once, and I'm like got great closing rates and all the things. When gets to that point, it's this I feel like I'm the bottleneck to this front end, where it's like a combo of the messaging and being able to do it at a high cadence level. Like those 2 pieces, like if I can just get those 2 people or those 2 pieces in alignment to move forward, I know the leads are going to come and I can close them. Like it's not once I get them on a call, it's like all this front end part.
So 2 things. 1, I think we should spend an hour on this every morning. So like the hour on the messaging and the content every morning. And I think we just got to kill the big block time. Fuck the big block time. If we get big block time, it's a bonus,
Okay.
It's like, that'll be a bonus. It's like sick, some extra time to work on our stuff. But if we can develop a morning, so we spend the first hour of the morning every day working on content, and we do the best we can in the hour that we have, and we just develop that as a habit for the next 365 days, like you will grow on social media. That's one thing I want to say. Second thing I want to say is I think we need to work on predictable lead flow, So let's take one of your best performing posts that's targeted specifically to the messaging that you want. Let's boost it for $10 to $20 a day, so we consistently always have leads coming through the front door, so that you're not always just relying on content to bring in leads. So
I have an ongoing ad that I run, and it's even it's very specific in the front end, and then it gives a freebie, and all the freebies just end up or all the people that comment I need to change it. To answer the thing, I need to spend some time changing it and making it better, because even though in the front part of the conversation it speaks to the person, but I don't think it's paying enough for coaching. It's a basic workout one. I'm this is not deep enough for high ticket coaching.
So an hour a day. So we've identified we want to script, ideate, and do content for an hour a day. But that's one of the things we can add to the task in the morning. So like an hour a day is solving that problem. It's content and lead flow.
Okay.
Let's start
Thank you.
small.
Okay. Thank you.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm good.
You got this.
Okay.
All right. You
Yeah.
got this. You're a great coach. You're a great person. You're crushing it. You're doing well. It's like, I would say one more thing I just want to say is like, give yourself a little bit of grace, you know? You give yourself
I
a
just
little
have
bit
really high standards, and sometimes when those standards aren't met, like I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's good. I think you also just need to adjust. You just need to adjust the, like, if something is no longer working for me, I'm very open to changing the system. I have a very high standard for myself as well, you know, and sometimes things just don't work for me anymore. And if something doesn't work for me anymore, it's like, instead of setting myself up to fail by expecting myself to do something that doesn't work for me anymore, I just adjust the way that I do it, you know?
Yeah.
So you just set a different standard for yourself and adjust the way that you do things. And like, let's commit to that 1 hour in the morning.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Have a good day. Good to see you, Chase. Kelvin, what's up?
Yo,
How you doing, big dog?
doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. How are you? How's the kid?
Amazing. Kid's great, bro.
Dude, this guy, you gotta see him. He's younger. He's almost not even 4 months yet. We just had to buy 9-month fucking size clothes for him. He's just blowing up. He's bulking. It's crazy. Yeah. All right. So my question, I just got off. I was a little bit late because I got off a session with Shannon.
Mhm.
And
She's
she
the best.
jokingly was like, "Yo, you could ask Brian about this." And I was like, well, I'm actually going to hop in a pod chats and I'll just fucking ask him. So how, because I still don't quite get it. And this is what we talked about today. How do you detach with love?
Be more specific.
That was the thing she said. Like, so we were talking about, past traumas, things with parents, things like
Got
that.
it. Understood.
Shit that still weighs on your mind, even though consciously
Mhm.
you don't care about it anymore, but there's that
Mhm.
part of you that does.
Yeah.
And things that piss you off, or like
Mhm.
for people that won't change, that you very like care about.
Yeah, I had to stop hating or resenting other people for things that they did, because I realized that the pain and the anger that I felt towards them was only pain and anger that lived inside of me. So it's like coming to the full realization that like any pain or any like negative emotions that I have towards anybody at any point whatsoever is not going to affect them. It only affects me. So
Okay.
it's like I
Yeah.
detach for the sake of my own my own self-love. Like I love myself enough to not hang on to pain that belongs to somebody else, you know? And like,
So-
I try to do this with everything, bro. And I'm not perfect, but this is something that I work on. It's like, that's why I'm not talking about the Dan Martell shit as much anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it's fucked up. He stole my shit. But also, I'm like, for me to talk about it every day and for me to get all butthurt about it, like on a daily basis, it's not going to serve me, which is why I don't talk about it on social media as much. I make a couple of jokes here and there, but that's also for me. I digress. The stuff with my mom, I had a lot of trauma with my mom and I hated my mom for a long time, but like that hate towards my mom was only affecting me. So it's like, I have the awareness that everybody's doing the best job that they can with the information that they have. I don't believe that anybody intentionally fucking tries to hurt other people. I think the only reason that my mom abandoned me when I was a kid is because she didn't know how to be a good mom. She was 17 years old and she was still learning. And so like coming to that awareness and realizing that people are doing the best that they can with the information that they have is like, there's no point in hating them for it. It's like, I love myself too much to hold on to pain that doesn't belong to me.
So what did you do, like, when in more recent times, like if a thought would just pop into your head that, like, even though you've done all this work, right? It's like, how do you kind of tell it to go away or work past it?
Literally, bro, it's like, I always, everybody writes in the chat, is this productive?
Yeah. So I remember you talked about when you get pissed off about shit. I think on one of your podcast episodes.
I literally ask myself if this is productive.
For everything.
Is this productive? Like, is this productive? Like, will this help me? If it will help me, then I'll fucking lean into it. And if it won't help me, then I lean out,
Okay.
But it's like, it's like me and Kirsten will get into an argument and like, we'll be fucking going at each other. And then in the middle of it, I'm like, is this productive? I'm like, nope. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop fucking talking then. I'm going to shut the fuck up. My wife's right. It's not worth it. It's not productive. Like there's no outcome that I'm going to get from this, So like, I always ask myself the question, is this productive? And then if it's not, bro, I literally just let it go. I'm like, okay, well, that's the end of that.
Okay.
And it's like the hardest part about letting go is your ego doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Your ego doesn't want to. You're like, but they fucking, but did it,
Yeah, I
But
feel like
she
I always
said-
feel like I have to say something.
But
Like
she
I have
said,
to,
she
like,
said, it's like, I just fucking drop it, it's not worth it. It's not worth
Okay.
it. Yeah. You've got to be very selective with how you spend your energy, bro. Like this is for every single person listening to this. Your focus and your attention is very fucking valuable. You have to be very careful what you give your focus to. I'm very selective with, where I give my focus to. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. And like when something pisses me off, it fucking pisses me off. But then when I catch myself in that state where I'm like, this is not productive, I'm like, okay, I'm moving on. Fuck it. Whatever.
Now,
It's not productive.
I have a kind of a follow-up to it that I feel like works with this, since we're both new dads here. I think one of the biggest things that has been affecting my mental energy lately is I constantly feel like I'm struggling to stick to my workflows because I constantly feel like I have to be running up and down the stairs, checking and helping and doing something.
Mhm.
And I'm curious if you are experiencing that as well, because I know your workload is probably fucking massive. So it's like I think my question is, how do I not feel guilty about like sitting here and spending hours doing this work?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Who pays the bills in your house?
Oh, mostly her right now.
Okay. So mostly her. So what's she doing?
She's taking care of the baby at the moment.
How does she pay the bills?
Well, she also works. She's still taking care of the baby, but she's going back to work at the end of this month. I just started again this week.
Got it. Okay. So she's paying the bills right now because you're
She just makes significantly more than me. So
At-
as far as
at this very moment.
yeah,
Okay.
at this very moment. So as far as things go, she's currently handling most of that.
Is that how you want it to be?
No, and we're both on board with that too.
Okay. Then like you cannot feel fucking guilty about working on this business if your goal is to take care of your family. Like as a man, like this is advice I actually got from somebody on social media, and it fucking like struck me like a fucking ton of bricks. Because I was feeling the same way. I was like, I feel guilty every time I work. And he's like you need to figure out what your definition of a good man is, and you need to live through that definition. And my definition of a good man is a man that takes care of his family. So that means that I need to fucking work. Like, bro, like I have 2 hours in the morning that I spend with Cleo, and like my nights when I'm done work. But like when my day starts, bro, it starts at fucking 8:30 in the morning, and I'm downstairs until fucking 5:30 p.m. I go upstairs to like grab a quick fucking snack and protein bar, and I'm back on calls. And I don't feel guilty about that because like I'm the one that's taking care of the family. And I've had that conversation with Kirsten as well, because sometimes she's like, I miss you. I don't see you very often. I'm like, I totally understand. But I also like, it's my responsibility to take care of this family. And that's my definition of a good man. And I'm going to live through that definition. So like, you need to figure out what your definition of being a good man is and live through that definition.
Okay.
I think the fact that you feel guilty about working on your business means that you haven't clearly defined what your purpose is and what your goal is,
Well, it is. So part of it is, being present, and I feel less present when I'm not like there. I think maybe it's just an internal thing.
Well, being present, but there's also like, I'm extremely present with my baby when I'm there.
Yeah.
So like you can still be present and still be productive.
I think I just have it in my head where I'm like, okay, she's taking care of the baby. I need to be able to do everything else. And so I try to do everything else. So I'm somehow contributing throughout the day. But what you're saying is that this work, this is my contribution, or it's going to be, like it's meant to be.
It is supposed to be. And if you fully commit to it, it will be. And if you need to block off time in the middle of the day to spend time, and like that's something that you want to do, then do it, but do it with intention.
Okay.
Like everything is done with intention.
Okay. I got 2 wins. I didn't start with them. I signed a new client this month, $400 a month.
Yeah.
And I got intentionally with content, working on my content, got my views from about 100K to I'm like 50K away from 1 million in the past 30 days. So that feels pretty good to do that, like not necessarily, like not on accident.
I love that.
So making moves.
Thank you for sharing, brother.
I appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace out.
Yes, sir.
I want to know what your definition of a good man is. Post in the group.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Talk to you soon. Peace out. Julian, big dog. We sell some tennis programs this week or what?
Hello. Yes, first one of the month. Not great, but we did it.
We love that. We got one. That's good.
Yeah, we got one fish. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So my question is like this. I have a talk with Janelle, and after yesterday, I also talked with Kenny, and they are thinking a bit differently. So my program is at $3,000, 5 weeks, so I can fix any stroke biomechanics. Janelle said that it was last year, December, it was $2,000, and I would decide to upgrade to $3,000.
Yep.
Since I upgrade $3,000, there is a dramatic drop, like crazy one, like 15 calls, and I close only one.
Crazy. Okay.
Crazy one. So I asked Kenny what he think about that, and he said that it's a lot of money. He think that $3,000 is too much money, especially on the conversion that I have. So maybe the money is the problem. The thing is that I know that you are not an expert in tennis, but now in this, and I don't know also because it's my first year in as an online coach, so I don't know really what's happening in the market because it's the first year. So the thing is that now everybody's indoor, everybody outside is, most of the world is like snowing, and it's tough to motivate yourself going playing tennis. So a lot of people say, yeah, well, I will meet you in March, I'll meet you in April, because when sun is going out, it's easier to practice. Court are free outside. Indoor court are expensive, can be, if in New York it's $100 to rent a court, it can be €35. In Europe, it can be $40. Depend where you live, okay? So this is also one more, like everybody say, you know, I don't know, now it's the right time, it's tough to get an indoor and stuff like that. So my question is, should I go back to the number of $2,000 for the program of 5 weeks, or should I continue with my $3,000 until, can he say, until my close rate in $2,000 was around 20%, okay? 20, 22, 25, I don't know exactly the number, okay, but around 20%. Right now, I'm way lower, 5%, I don't know, something like this, 10%, I don't know where I'm. So he said that until I'm not getting 40% of wins, I shouldn't move to $2,500 or $3,000.
Yeah.
The question is, what you think, what's your take on that? Because it's a high ticket and only actually rich people will pay for this kind of stuff, or very compulsive guys that they say, fuck it, I like this coach, let's fix my forehand. I don't know what the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah. So I have a couple thoughts. So first thought is, regardless of what decision we make to go back to 2,000 or 3,000, we need to warm up the prospects before the call. Okay. So I want you to create a video sales letter that you send in the direct messages before you hop on a call with the people, so that they have an understanding of, you know, what you do, how you can help, and you can help them overcome some of the objections that they're going to have on the sales call in the video. As an example, like in the video, you can there's a structure for how to do a video sales letter, and I'll post it in the chat again. We posted last week, but I'll make sure I post it in the chat again so you understand. But basically what it's going to be, Julian, it's going to be like a 10 to 15 minute video where you're talking about why you're an expert, how many people you've helped, and then showing some specific results of like how you're going to help them, etc. And then you can help them overcome some of those objections in the video. Like a lot of people think that they would need to wait until the outdoor season, but the truth is, by the time the outdoor season comes, you want to make sure that your swing is dialed in. So we're going to be making sure that your swing is dialed in before the outdoor season comes, so that when the outdoor season comes, you're ready to rip and you're going to be good to go. So like you can start overcoming some of those objections in the 10 to 15 minute video that you send before the call. That will increase your conversions regardless of whether or not we choose to keep the price where it's at or go back to 2,000. So that has to get done for sure.
Okay.
It's easy to do. You can get it set up probably today and tomorrow if you wanted to. As soon as somebody books a call, next step, send them the video, make sure that they watch the video before the call. In regards to whether or not we should increase the price or keep it at 3,000, my honest perspective is I want to install the video sales letter to see if that improves conversions without doing anything else. Because my assumption is that if we install the video sales letter, you're more likely to convert prospects. That's the first thing I assume. The second thing I assume is that you need to work on your sales skills regardless of whether or not it's $2,000 or $3,000, because, you know, we should be closing at 30 to 40%. And if we're not closing at 30 to 40%, that tells me it's a sales problem. So I think that by studying sales mastery and installing the video sales letter, we can increase the conversion. And if we're going to increase the conversion regardless, you know, why would we go back to 2,000? We're already at 3,000. Let's stay at 3,000 for another 7 days. Let's install the video sales letter. I want you to send the video sales letter before your next calls and do everything that we're doing like over the course of the next 7 days with the video sales letter and the sales skills. Report back to me next week with how many calls you closed over the course of 7 days. And then we'll make a decision on whether or not we should decrease the price or keep it at 3,000. But I think that installing the video sales letter will increase conversions regardless of whether or not we increase the price or not.
Okay, I'll do that. Perfect. Should I show the price on my website?
No.
Just keep it hiding.
Yeah, don't show the price on your website, but in the video sales letter, you want to talk about how you're working. You've worked with some high level people.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. We're like top of the top kind of thing.
100 player in the world. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So like in the video, you're going to just basically say like, I've worked with some of the top 100 tennis pros in the world. So if you're working with me, it's because you want to be the best. You know, you want to fix all the problems that you have in your tennis and you want to be the best. So you can say that in the video, which will imply that it's going to be a premium price. So we basically just need to say premium throughout the sales process. And then when it's a premium price, then it's a premium price and they're expecting that, you know? What's the most expensive package you've ever sold?
4,000, but like, no, not for 5,200. but because he took like forehand, backhand, volley, so the guy was crazy. He wanted to have all the shots.
Okay. So like when you're on your sales calls, this is what I want you to say. I want you to say, typically speaking, my highest ticket package is 5,200 euros. But for you specifically with what you need today, I'm not going to give that to you. I don't think you need that. I'm going to get you in for 3,000.
Okay, so I start by the high and then boom, go down to the store.
You're going to say my highest ticket program is 5,200, but I don't think you need that, Julian. I don't want to start you there. I think I can get you in. I can teach you everything that you need. I'm going to give it to you for 3,000.
Okay, perfect. Another question about that is, what do I do with the European? Because they're crazy about me, European, but they don't spend $1. So I have like a community on school that I put everybody for $47. They even argue with $47, but they're crazy. They want to call a call with me. They're booking behind on my, and I have nothing to do with them. Like, because should I just cancel call when they're European?
Yeah. Cancel the call. And so like before you cancel the call, send them a message, a video message, and say, hey, thank you so much for booking in. I just want to be transparent and let you know to work with me one-on-one is $3,000 USD. I just wanted to send you that video and let you know, is that something that is reasonable and that you could take action on, or are we on two completely different planets?
Okay.
So just be direct, you know?
I love it. I just want to throw them away. I'm tired of them. Hundreds of messages, even in the DM, they're killing me there. Should I throw away this community for $47?
Are you selling it in the DMs?
No, it's like, it's on my bio that you can join the community and you $47, but I don't sell it on the DMs. I don't care.
How many people buy it per month?
I don't know, 7, 8, something like this. Not something great, but it's just pain in the ass actually.
Yeah, if it's a pain in the ass, then kill it. Now, the reason I'll say kill it, Julian, is because if you kill it, then everybody that clicks on the link in your bio is going to click on your application.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And which platform will you use instead of school? Because I don't like this platform. I did a lot of work there. It's really nice now, but still I don't like the platform.
Yeah, so you don't like the platform for coaching and teaching?
Yeah, I don't like. I want to upgrade more in the school community to have a 300 program just for footwear, but only videos and stuff like that. But I don't like the platform itself.
Okay. Yeah. So there's two that I would look into. One is called Circle, and then one is called Mighty Network. I'm letting you know that I personally don't. Do you just want to use the platform for the trainings, or do you want to use it for the trainings and the community?
Actually, I was thinking maybe to everybody that signed up for my MFX program, the $2,000 or $3,000 program, I put them after in the community. So maybe with the time I can upsell them, and also to give them like one time a week a live video with me, just to keep them warm all the time and to bring their friend or something like this. But only the one that actually really pay a lot of money and I know they have money into the bank, not the broken guys.
And you would bring them into the school community? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So right now it's mixed up. There is the one that have paid $3,000 and there is the one that pay $47. And I cannot talk about the same knowledge there and there. You understand what I mean? So I'm a little bit stuck between.
Yeah. So dude, here's what I would do is I would message, how many people are on the $47 one right now?
I don't know, around the 30, 25, something like this.
25. So it's like $1,000 a month.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. So I would let them all, I would message them all and be like, hey, it's been a great opportunity. It's been great having you in the community, but unfortunately we are going to be closing this community because I'm going to be focusing on working one-on-one with my clients. And so if you do want to work one-on-one with me, I'd love to chat with you about that. But at the end of the month, the $47 will be canceled. And then you just have one community. And then you talk about whatever you're talking about in that one community.
So one community for the rich people that's ready to invest money in the tennis. The rest, bye-bye.
Correct. Yes.
And I think that's all my question. I didn't forget anything. Website, this. I think we're good. It was excellent. Thank you very much, Brian.
Come back next week and let me know about the video sales letter and how it affected conversions.
Perfect. One more last question. Do you think that the weather also influence a lot in what's happening right now in the season because of the indoor and everything, or nothing to do with that?
It's nothing to do with that. That's just the objection that people are selling you and you're buying it.
Okay.
So you have to stop buying it because in your head, you need to think to yourself like, yeah, the weather is not optimal right now, but this is the perfect time. This is what you say. This is the perfect time to work on your swing because by the time it gets outdoor again, you want to be ready to go, So this is the right time for you. This is the time because if you don't work on it now, when you get outdoors, you're still going to suck. So you need to take action right now so that by the time you get outdoors, you're good again. Does that make sense?
That makes totally sense.
Yeah. Cool. I love it.
Thank you so much, man.
Okay, bro. I'll talk to you soon, Julian. Peace out.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Carolina Torres, what's going on?
Hey, Brian. How are you?
Best day of my life. Tell me some wins.
I'm back at booking calls with 4 this week. All of them inbound leads, so that's great.
We love that.
Slowly but surely getting back on my feet. I have two questions for you. The first one, I started to implement the VSL actually, but I don't know if then maybe is that I didn't do it correct. In the VSL, you kind of explain the logistics of the program as well, right? Or not?
Yeah, the VSL, you want to explain the core, like how you help people. So you
Okay.
can explain the logistics of the program. It's less logistics of the program and it's more the core pillars of your program. So
Yeah,
like,
that's how I have it. I have
Yeah.
it kind of like my pillars, and in my pillars, I have like 3 objectives on it. But through it is that I explain kind of like how does it work. But then what I was having before was that in my sales calls, that's based on what like the pain points that the people gave me. When I would explain the program, that's when I bring up like, okay, so we're gonna get you on this. We're gonna teach you through blah blah blah.
instead of explaining how it works, I want you to explain why it's important.
Okay.
So like, this is why it's important to understand flexible dieting, because when you understand flexible dieting, these are the outcomes that you'll be able to experience in your life. This is some of the things that you'll be able to do as a result of understanding flexible dieting. These are some of my clients that understand flexible dieting and that are implement flexible dieting to be able to eat some of the foods that they love in their life.
Okay.
Instead
In the
of saying
VSL.
in the VSL, correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because what I was having in the calls that I had this week was that then normally when I would explain the program, I'm like, so I know you watched the video. Do you have any questions? So I wouldn't repeat myself. So I was like,
No, you
fuck,
don't.
like I
Yeah,
miss like all my tools.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. And like, even when if you send it like some of the logistics of the program in the video sales letter, right? Even if you say that, you still want to repeat it on the call, because
That's
like
what I did yesterday.
even if you think about like when you DM a prospect and you're like, what's your number one struggle? You already know their number one struggle. But when you get to the call, you also ask them that, because
Yeah.
when you're in a conversation with somebody, it's completely different.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
you would still go over the program details for sure.
Okay, but I like the why it's important. I'll just redo that. So I've been also, let's say, since I took like those 5 days break and everything, I'm trying to use that also to like find again my voice on Instagram, on my content. I'm actually feel that like I'm in a good role. And I've been talking a lot with my boyfriend, who actually you DM'd. It was hilarious because he's also a coach. He was like, Brian DM me.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
But I have to maybe sell him here under the bus. He's with James Smith.
Oh, he's a James Smith. Who's making
in
more
this
money?
house,
Who's
so we
making more?
have the two
Who's making more money?
competitors.
You or him? Who's making more money?
He still has his desk job.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
he's still part-time.
Okay.
So that's why there's not a lot of comparison. But anyways, we were talking about content, and he was telling me something like that I'm underestimating the power of my story
Yep.
and like my own transformation and everything. And I told him something that I was like, okay, maybe I should ask Brian as well. It's gonna sound super silly, but I don't know how to tell my own story in a good way. Maybe it's like a Latin thing, but I ramble too much. So this is like a problem that I always have in my content. I speak too much and I don't go very fast to the point. So I was like, I don't know how to tell my story going to the point. Like,
Carousels.
do you have any recommendations? Okay.
Carousels, because carousels, you're forced to like put it within a bubble, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so like you can write out all your thoughts in carousels, then you can take out the most important aspects. And carousels are crushing right now on social media anyways. So I would just do it in a
Yeah,
carousel.
that's what I've been
Just
saying.
to
Okay.
start, I would start with a carousel, and then as you kind of figure out what aspects of your story you want to tell, then you can do it on a talking video.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Good. I'll do that then.
Okay. Good to see you, Carolina.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Lawrence, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, King? Tell me some wins.
Good, you? Well, I sat down with ChatGPT over the past like week and figured out my whole entire life and my goals and everything like that. So it was really good to get all that clarity and stuff like that.
It's crazy. AI is fucking crazy, bro.
It was literally like the deepest conversation I've ever had in my life. I figured out everything about my life. Yeah, so I sat down with ChatGPT. I sat down with your GPT, I guess you programmed it.
AI mastery chatbot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The content mastery.
Yep.
So I just want to go over two things real quick. You were talking to the one girl about kind of her daily schedule. So I kind of want to run mine by you real quick, and then the content, because good at sales, I just want to get more leads coming in. All right.
Yep.
So should we start with the content? Should we start with the daily routine?
It's your show, boss. I'm here to follow.
So for content wise, basically I'm going to be doing 2 posts a day. One is a top of funnel. The other one is a middle of funnel or bottom of funnel. Both of them are in the afternoon. One's at 5:30, one's at 7:30. And then
what's your Instagram so I can pull it up while we're talking?
Real Pain to Performance.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Understood. Keep going.
And so right now it says basically for the month of January, you're just training the algorithm. So
Yep.
like don't expect a lot of things. You're just training the algorithm. So you're going to have, it's literally writing everything for me, the hooks, the scripts, everything like that.
Yep.
And I'm following that. So I do 2 posts a day, 5:30, 7:30. 30 minutes beforehand, I'm engaging with other people,
Yep.
I'm catching up with all my notifications, messages, and stuff like that. And then at 8 o'clock, I'm doing 3 stories.
Mhm.
So I guess just help me figure out what I'm doing with that.
Yeah. So so like I like the idea of doing 2 posts a day. I'm just jumping into your page right now because I want to give you as much value as I possibly can. I want you to experiment with trending formats as well. So like I can see the value on your page is dialed in for the avatar that you're speaking to. It's very, very clear. So I want you to experiment with different formats, you know? So like it seems like there's a very similar format, and some of the content's actually performing extremely well, which is great. This is awesome. Good job. Experimenting with different formats means that like what's trending on social media right now. So I would like for you to start experimenting with like I want you to do a split screen format. So like having a split screen where you got like one guy on the right side that's doing an exercise, the other guy on the left side that's doing an exercise. I'd like you to experiment with that format, and just find different formats. Like as an example, this. So like getting rid of back pain. Like you could easily do some sort of like a format where you're like kind of like if you wanted to get rid of back pain. Where is this one? Right here. So like getting rid of back pain. Doing this is bad for getting rid of back pain. Doing this is good for getting rid of back pain. Doing this is excellent for getting rid of back pain. So within your awareness pieces, I like your content strategy, Lawrence. I just want you to make sure that you're experimenting with different formats because when I look at your page, I don't see a lot of different formats, and I would like to see more of that.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't even know how to edit that stuff, but I'll figure it out.
It's easy. It's really easy.
That CapCut or edits or something?
Yeah, CapCut or edits. And ChatGPT is your master, so you can get ChatGPT to walk you through it. It's honestly really simple.
My God. ChatGPT is my God.
Dude, you know what's weird? It's funny that you say that. I had like a really big life decision that I needed to make on Saturday. And I sat with ChatGPT for 30 minutes and I just fucking brainstormed, and it literally gave me all the clarity that I needed. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
It's the almighty.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What else?
Cool. But yeah, I'll start testing with some of that stuff. So I guess I'm gonna go back I have a whole thread going. Like it knows exactly what I'm posting. I'm reporting everything every night from the previous day post. So every day I'm putting in the KPIs and stuff like that.
Cool.
So I'll go in there and I'll say, your creator, Brian Mark, wants me to create some more
split
trending,
split screens,
stuff like that. Okay. So I'll have them just add that stuff in.
Cool.
Now with my kind of like daily routine, basically I wake up, and the first 2 hours are for me. I wake up, I work out, I eat breakfast, I do my thing. The first work block I have is kind of like responding to all the inboxes, the comments, everything like that, and getting calls booked. And then the PM block is just creating a lot of engagement, just engaging on other people's posts, maybe sending messages. And that's when the post 1 and post 2 engagement blocks go up, where 30 minutes before the post, I'm like catching up with all the DMs and comments. And then I'm like commenting on other people's posts just to create more engagement before the post goes up. And then at night, I just track everything. And I plug everything into GPT. I give it all the KPIs. I tell it to optimize it. And then I use everything for the next day or the next week.
How many calls are we booking per day?
Not much right now. It's like anywhere from 1 to 3.
1 to 3 per day?
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad. You said it's not much. I'm like, that's not bad. Is it 1 or is it 3?
Oh, you said per day.
Per day, yeah.
Per week 1 to 3.
So per week is 3. So the workflow is good, Lawrence, but we need to operate off of the pretense that we need to book 1 call per day. So like the workflow is good. So it's 1 call per day. So like if we don't book the call in the morning, then the evening we need to be spending the time trying to book the call. So one thing that will help that you're not doing that I think you should do is before you end your evening every evening, I want you to find 50 messages to outbound, because then the following day, find 50.
Find 50 messages to outbound.
So like find 50 people to outbound.
Gotcha. Like cold outbound.
Yeah, no, not cold. Sorry. People that are engaging in your content, engaging on your social media. Yeah. Never do cold. People that are engaging on your social media. Because then the following day, you'll have messages to reply to when you do your morning block, which will make it more easy for you to be able to get that 1 call booked per day. So everything is good with the workflow. The only problem is that we need to be operating based off of a specific standard that we're aiming for. And the standard that we're aiming for is to get 1 call booked per day. Now, if we do this for the next 7 to 14 days and we're not able to get 1 call booked per day, that would be an indication to me that we don't have the lead volume to be able to do that. So if we don't have the lead volume to be able to do that, what I would want you to do, Lawrence, is I would want you to choose one of your posts that's like a specific pain point for the avatar that you're trying to attract from men. And I'd want you to boost that post for $10 to $20 a day. So we consistently have the right amount of leads coming in. And if we do that, plus we're focused on building the intention of booking one call per day, we will get to one call booked per day. So in the next 30 days, I would like your business to be at a point where every day that you are working, you book one sales call.
Yes, agreed. I want to get to a point eventually where I close at least one high ticket client a day.
I would love that for us as well. Let's get one sales call booked per day. And then once we're at that, let's get 2 booked per day. And then once we're at that, let's get 3 booked calls per day. So like everything is structured. We just need to be aiming towards a target.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you.
Cool.
You speak it on and ask some questions. Here I am.
I know. I saw you post in the group and I was like, where's this motherfucker, bro? I was like, where is he? I'm happy to see you here, brother.
Thank you, man.
Okay, man. I'll see you soon, Lawrence. Talk to you soon, brother. Peace out. Coach Travis, what's up, big dog?
There's my audio's on now.
There he is. How you doing, Travis?
I'm doing good. So I haven't been on here because I've kind of knew what my bottleneck was, which was content.
Yeah.
So I really I'm about 12 or 16 weeks in. My goal was to increase $10,000 of recurring revenue in those. I increased it by 12.
Hey, let's go, bro.
All of them were 1-year contracts. So no, I'm not doing 3 months. The least that I do is 6 months, but it's at a higher rate. I increased my rate by $150. So right now my rate went from $300 to $450 every 4 weeks. I'm doing 4-week blocks now instead of months because it just keeps with client tracking a lot better. So I implemented a lot of things in my business that, one, helps me stay organized.
Well done, brother.
I do 2 content days that are a minimum of 4 hours each, Mondays and Thursdays now. I had a lot of traction with a specific type of content, which was me just talking. I needed to really kind of find my voice. So I did this like AI voice coaching app for like confidence, which worked great. So really confident on the camera, really just focused on my personality shine through once I got a videographer. Before that, I think the hassle with messing with the technology was frustrating me and I couldn't shine or fake that, right?
Yeah.
But that content stopped kind of generating leads. So I started diversifying my content. Which I'm getting a lot of traction. I'm gaining probably like 10 to, I think I'm gaining around like 6,000 to like 1,500 followers every week. So the followers are coming in. I talked on the call yesterday about implementing ManyChat because I see that you guys use that as well.
Yes, sir.
So that's my task today because it's hard for me to kind of, with how many followers are coming in, to like go and find each one. A lot of them seem like bots. Or often if they're not in the US, they really can't afford my rates because of the conversions. So that's one thing that's kind of been recent with getting on calls is a lot of them are either in the UK and Australia. So my price is definitely steeper with their conversion rate. Next is, if I was trying to think, I probably can repeat that this month, right? But it's a slow kind of grow. I kind of want to juice it up because I also went from doing 30-minute calls to 15-minute calls. So I just cut my call time in half.
Yeah.
Right now, so I have the ability to double my capacity. I'm organized enough that I could probably handle 100 clients on my own. 100%. Like I know I have the systems in place. I have AR funnels. I'm really organized. Do I keep this slow burn or what would you recommend for me to fire it up?
Yeah. So first of all, proud of you, bro. Good fucking job. I'm stoked to see your success. I'm looking at some of your content right now. It's fucking popping. This one reel on December 29th has 8,600 likes. We like that. 3 things. I'm going to go with as many things there is in my head right now. First thing, the ManyChat, I think is a fucking good idea. I think that if you're getting as many followers as you're getting, and some of them are from different countries, the first message can say like, hey, Travis, thanks, or hey, fam, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate the support. Whereabouts in the world are you from?
Yeah.
It's literally the first message. Bam. Let's just fucking, if we're getting a lot of people from unqualified countries, have ManyChat send the first message. The first fucking message says, whereabouts in the, hey, fam, thanks so much for the support thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Whereabouts in the world are you from? That's the first fucking message. Because then they're like, I'm from India. And again, no offense, but Indians aren't going to be able to afford $450 USD per month for coaching. That's usually a monthly salary for them. That's not being rude or disrespectful. That's just
it's true. It's what I'm experiencing.
Right. That's just, it is what it is. You know? So you just figure out where in the world they're from. And if they're from Canada, the United States, UK, we book in for a call. Even if you're finding that the most people that are booking in and closing are from the United States, then we just book calls from the United States. So we can make that decision. You know, you can make the decision for yourself if you want to hop on with UK, United States, Australia, etc. But if they're not, if they're like, whereabouts in the world are you from? You're like, I'm from Egypt. And you're like, that's amazing. Thanks so much for being on my page. I hope you get value. End of the conversation, you know? So let's filter that way. That would be the first thing. Second thing is, I know this from experience. I don't love the idea of violently scaling, especially if you're a one-man show, Travis, because if you violently scale when you're a one-man show, something will break that you're not expecting. And when something breaks and you're not expecting it, and you're operating at a very high velocity, you know, it's harder to fix. So if we're going to violently scale, we need to make sure that we have team members in place to help us with the scale.
Well,
So
I'm looking for a support coach now. I've
Okay.
talked to a couple people that are
Okay.
trainers. Right now, I am getting a ton of personal trainers and other coaches reaching out to me, telling me how my content is inspiring them, how, you know, they're seeing my elevation with all my content, and it just makes them kind of like, so I'm like, hey, well, how's your business going? You know, are you looking
Yeah.
to grow and kind of create that connection and see if
Yeah.
they're a good fit personality wise? So that a support coach within the next 8 weeks is 100%
Yes.
something that I'm going to do.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good. So then if I had your business, what I would be focusing on if I had your business is optimizing my front end lead acquisition funnel. So like the ManyChat thing will help. I also would likely be qualifying prospects a little bit more before I got on the call with them, because if they're not from a country that is proven to produce revenue, then I might not get on a call with them. If your goal is optimization and you have the followers to be able to decide who you want to get on a call with. And then in the future, when we do scale further and we do grow the company and you have somebody else taking the calls, then it doesn't matter if they're from Canada, the United States, UK, whatever, because you're just going to take the sales opportunity when you can take the sales opportunity. But for now, if I were you, I would just protect your calendar and only get on calls with people that, you know, are from qualified countries, and let's just build it. How many clients are you at right now?
Right now, I'm at around 40.
40. Okay. So it's how many calls are we booking per week?
This week, I didn't book any, and I was like, I need to hop on and figure out.
Oh, you didn't book
But
any calls.
Yeah, this week I didn't book any, but I also right around every 3 months, what I do is I send out a survey to all of my existing clients, and I ask them what is something they would like to see in my current service that they're not currently seeing. So I'm constantly providing value so that they feel like they're not just getting the same thing. I
Yeah.
want them to feel, oh, like Coach Travis is constantly evolving and giving us more value. And one
That's
thing
good.
I wanted is more recipes, and I'm going to create a recipe community. So
Yep.
my thing was, before I scale, how can I improve my current service for my current clients? So
Yep.
that as I grow, they don't feel kind of left out, thinking like, oh,
Yep.
he's busy for me.
Yeah.
Do that every 12 weeks. So that's what I was doing after the New Year's. I did that right now. But after this week, I caught up with all my new content, did all that stuff, got everybody's feedback, implementing all those things. Now ready to move on to bringing in more calls and bringing in more clients.
Understood. What's your cadence with call to actions?
I realized that call to actions on my posts don't do as well.
Of course they don't. Of course they don't do as well on your posts,
Yeah.
but people will still see it and then send you a message about it.
Well, no, I do keywords. I'll say like comment a specific keyword that does well because
Yep.
that pops up all the time.
Yep.
But I don't want people to feel like I'm selling them in my content. And I
Yep.
think that allows people to really just enjoy following me versus like pushing
Yep.
a sale.
So the comment keyword. So how many times a week are we doing that?
Right now, I'm doing that at least I'm doing that on 2 out of 4 posts. I just
Okay, that's
started-
great. Yeah,
I
that's
went from doing 2 posts a day. Starting this week, I started doing 4 posts a day.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so we love all of that. So as a keyword, the keyword is for direct coaching, like it's like comment keyword for
Yeah,
coaching.
comment the word coach if you're feeling stuck or if you need help or
Understood. And I'm assuming you're getting a lot of comments for that.
yeah.
So if you're getting a lot of comments for that, Travis, then I want you to automate it. So here's the automation and how we're going to make sure that we get on. Because are you the only one doing your DMs right now?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. You're wild. So because you're the only one doing your DMs right now, you've got a business that's worth $100,000 a month, by the way. I'm just going to say that. Like, this is the type of stuff that we solve inside of the Millionaire Mastermind. So like, we need to be talking about that soon because these are like the ingredients of a $100,000 a month business. I want to give you the advice that you came for though. So for now, because you're the only person in your DMs, Travis, what I would do if I were you is when somebody comments the word coach, I would automatically send them an application. This is what I did with Lane Norton when I worked with Lane Norton one-on-one. So if I go to BioLane, I'll show you the automation because we set it up for BioLane. If I go to the messaging sequence, if you're busy and you don't have time to, get back to all the DMs because you got 140,000 followers and your account's growing. So when somebody comments a keyword on Lane's post, Travis, it says this. It says, hey, Brian, thanks so much for reaching out. We're currently full with the wait list. It's hard to know who's serious and who's not. So do me a favor and fill out this form and I'll bump you to the top of the wait list. And then there's a form for the application. PS, reply with the word done once you filled it out and I'll get back to you ASAP. And then if you click on this, it's a link immediately to the application. So when somebody comments with a keyword coach, it automatically sends them to an application. And now instead of going in your DMs and figuring out who's serious and who's not, you literally just open up your type forms. You've got a list of type forms of people that are serious and who's not. And the people that are serious, you reach out to them and you're like, hey, just got your application, Travis. Saw that you want to lose 20 pounds. Tell me a little bit about that. What's your story? What got you into fitness? And now we're just DM scripting people that have filled the application.
So I use AR funnels.
That should work.
But the thing that I notice is it doesn't work. The keyword, it doesn't notify me if they comment on other platforms. So I have to get on a call with them next week because I'm realizing I'm missing a ton that are happening on like Facebook and stuff. So I'm not really I don't really like the system for the keyword commenting. So I was thinking of moving more towards ManyChat because I also.
You can have ManyChat and AR, bro. You can have both.
Because I like with the ManyChat feature where if somebody comments on it, asks them to follow your page and helps grow your following and stuff like that. That's not a part of AR.
You can do both, bro. So like I have Go High Level and I have ManyChat.
Okay.
It doesn't affect your account negatively at all.
What system was the one that you did that automation on?
ManyChat. So then somebody comments a keyword, and when somebody comments a keyword, it automatically sends them a message. It's very easy to set up.
Okay, perfect. All right, yeah, that's what I got to focus on today.
Cool. Let's do that.
Sweet. Thank you. I needed this. I was like, all right. I'm typically somebody where I'm like, I give me the course, tell me what I got to do. I'll run with it until I have like another problem or run into something, and then I'll kind of come back. So I've been kind of like working silently, but now I'm like, all right,
it's working.
Yeah, I need to open up my brain a little bit because I have like tunnel vision here.
Yeah, it's good. I like it, bro. I like it.
Right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Travis. Hey, congratulations on stacking your recurring by 12,000. That's a big deal, bro. Proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dude. Peace out.
Bye.
All right, y'all. That's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for being my clients. I didn't think this was going to be a 2-hour pod chats, but here the fuck we are. You know, we love it. Thank you guys for being my clients. Julian, thanks for sticking around. Carolina, Travis, Jai, I see you, big dog. What's up? All the OGs that are sticking around. Jared, Martin, Aaron, Notstein. I like it. Hope you guys have the best day of your entire lives, and I'll talk to you guys in the next pod chats. Peace, love, and protein. Let's fucking go. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.